What's going on, everybody? We are back at it again. Bed full of equipment and tools and products to be installed. We're going to be replacing an old pump that's below grade for a Jandy FHPM 1.5. We got all the tools. We were replacing a whole bunch of valves, a whole bunch of everything. So we're going to get to it right now. It's almost Christmas. Gonna go deliver a new pool equipment right before Christmas. We're taking out the pump completely out of here. The motor has completely died. We are gonna be retaining the same Hayward C1200 filter, and we're gonna be replacing all the valves. I'm gonna show you here. They're all old and brittle and broken all over the place. All these valves, this check valve is bad. We're going to be replacing it. We're replacing basically the whole entire plumbing system right here. And just wanted to take notice here. Client tells us that this area, when it rains a lot, all this here gets flooded completely. This side that's over here, it's a much higher grade, and it goes down into here. Whatever genius installed this pump, installed it on these little pieces of cut pipe. That's never good. Got a little piece of a brick that's holding it in place up here in the front. So we're going to be completely tearing all this out, and what we're going to end up doing is, once we remove all the plumbing and all the equipment completely out of the way, then what we're going to do is we're going to take that concrete pad, we're going to fix it, level it up, and then we're going to be taking another one of these, since they had an old heater here, probably the one that's the little kilowatt one that was right here in this squared off area, no longer is working. They took it already out of there. Later on in the future, they're going to be installing a new heater, so it won't be big enough. We're going to be using one of these, placing that on top to raise up the elevation. And with the Jandy Flow Pro, we're going to be also installing it with the base to give it that added height to it. So we're going to be cutting everything, raising the plumbing up completely, coming back in, and reorganizing all the plumbing with all new valves. Oh, and we have a simple timer that we're going to need to be replacing as well. So we're going to start off with this, replacing the timer, and then we'll move into the big stuff. Whoa, look at this, what I just found here. Look at this circuit breaker. Look at this. This circuit breaker needs to be replaced. Oh, lordy, lordy. Wow. Okay, so we gotta let the customer know. So we're gonna stop right here and let the client know of how the circuit breaker looks. Alrighty, well, while we wait to do on that one, we started excavating here, and I know that since we're below grade here with these valves, and once I go to cut them based on the level of the swimming pool, we're gonna have one problem, that as soon as I cut those valves, that's all this water in the pool is gonna start to flow from there. So you can tell just the sheer level of where the bottom of those valves are gonna be at, right down there, versus where the water level of the pool being high. We're gonna have a problem probably most likely with the main drain one. So what I'm gonna do to eliminate a lot of it, we're gonna plug up the skimmer, and we're gonna plug up the vacuum line over there, and we're gonna get that done and see how we get once we start to cut these pipes here. I'm gonna go get my test plugs that we use for our leak detection. We created a whole leak detection kit that I've acquired over the years of doing leak detection. You could buy the kit all at one shot, but I just bought a little bit at a time and just added on to my collection as I went. I'm using this this DeWalt toolbox. I love it because it has this handle right here that retracts, and it has a tire so I can pull it to and from the job site. This is how I have my toolkit. I may be needing my hammer later on, but here I have a lot of the test plugs. I need the smaller one, probably like this one here. Plug up the skimmer, and possibly this one or a bigger one, the 1.5-inch plugs for the, and probably gonna need a red one. Maybe this one, the 152. This is like a 1 1/4, I mean, probably like a 1 3/4 inch for the, so I just take several of them with me. This is a 2-inch, too big. Look for this red one. That's the smaller version of the red one. I'm gonna go with that, and so I'm gonna see how I get. I'm gonna go with these 3 here. Go plug up my the skimmer and the vacuum line. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut on the top above the valves, keep the valves closed. Cut above the valve to remove all the top layer of the pipe, and clear everything out, get everything ready for us to cut below it, remove everything, all the plumbing and everything out of the way. Let's go get it done. And our main suction port is the one that's on the left. It's kind of dark in there. It's on the left, so this it's a 140N, fits right into these. This is that blue and white Skim Master, I think it is, from Pentair, and it's the one that has a, I call it like the half moon style basket. This skimmer here, so this plug fits right inside that pipe. Go ahead and tighten it down, stop the water from flowing, so you don't have all that big flood over there where you're trying to do, and you're in. This prevents a big flood. All right. So I do expect to get a lot of water from the pipe to come out, but it comes with the game. Now we're going to do our vacuum line here. Remove the vacuum line port and then plug it up. So that's plugged up there. And the one I'm not gonna be able to do is the main drain, but I have a little trick for that. Hopefully we don't get that much of a flood. We got everything out of the way. Now what next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up this platform right here. We're gonna level her off with our trusty old level. And then we're gonna pick up one of these concrete slabs and we're gonna place it on the top to start getting all of our angles in place to start putting back the system the way that it's supposed to be, upgraded, all new plumbing and all new valves. Talking about all new valves, let me show you everything that we got going on in here. We have a Jandy swing spring check valve, straight line check valve. We have all Jandy valves. It's going to be for probably our pool spa. Valve here is going to be for our spitter. They have little waterfalls on either end of the spa there, so that's going to be for that. And then we got our 2 to 2.5 2-port valves. Is going to be for all of our let's say this would be pool main drain. Is going to be for our skimmer. Is going to be for our vacuum line. And then we got another one here. It's going to be for our spa return. A spa main drain, pool, suction side, shut off and open. And then we have another one here. So it's going to be for our connections in the center there. Let's get it going. Alrighty, so we got everything all cut up, and just like I expected, that middle one right there in the center, that's the main drain of the pool. The other two, we blocked them off, the skimmer and vacuum line, whichever one they are. So we cut that one, and obviously everything started flooding. So to buy myself some time, I'm utilizing through siphoning gravity, I'm siphoning out of pool the client's vacuum line here. And since we have a good dip, we're draining out the pool very slowly into the lake. So we've already drained about a good 1.5 inches out of the pool there already. So by the time I get back, we're gonna be heading to the hardware store, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be picking up a new circuit breaker. Take a look at this breaker. Completely cracked on this side, as I showed you before, all fired up on the center. And solely because they used to have a heater here, as I said, and these are the wires here for the heater, these 6-gauge wires that are here, which are just, they cut them off on the end, and they beautifully just wrapped them up with electrical tape. So more than likely, and when I got here, the circuit breaker was all engaged and all completely on, especially in the center. That's where these two, the 6-gauge wire were connected into the center. So that's most likely what fried this. You can even see the terminal there where it was plugged in. Got a little bit of burnt marks there. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dead these off and leave these inside of the panel. We're gonna get a regular double pole 20 amp breaker. We're gonna come and install it. The breaker, rewire it, replace the timer, and hopefully by that time we'll be good to go with the water level. And yeah, take out all this water here and get this thing rolling. Let's roll to the hardware store. Get the little man. There we go. Most Intermatic breakers, Intermatic boxes take GE. So there's a 20 amp double pole breaker that's going to be going for the pool pump, 240. That's all we need. Now let's head back and see how our pool is doing. So always comes in handy cable saw. We're gonna head on back. Pool should be drained enough. We've been gone long enough. We only got probably about 3 hours left of sunlight. Gotta go finish. How's it going, everybody? So we're back. Had to come back to do the last video regarding the system that we just installed actually it was last Saturday. Let me go ahead and show y'all how we finished this one out. We completely renovated. As you can tell, this area, this is the main reason why we're able to we need to do this job, because you can tell this area gets flooded a lot. So we're just right on as far as the leveling is concerned. It just rained very lightly around here, and you know, we're good as far as leveling is concerned, with the water level not going to be able to damage the motor. So we had to completely rebuild the whole entire inlet, bring everything up, bring everything over, all new valves, using the same filter as before, since that was all good. Rerouted everything how it was. Put a new small check valve and new small valves and everything here, running the fountains. Oh, we'll also replace the timer inside of here. And a brand new timer, all wired up. A new circuit breaker. This one was all burnt up because they actually left. This was the electrical for the heater, and this is the way that they left it, just with electrical tape with the wires exposed, and this extra circuit breaker. It was a 4-pole breaker there, and they left that part on, so it must have blew with all the rains. Water probably got in there, and with electricity blew up the circuit breaker. But nevertheless, we got this all tightened up there for the client. We set her up just nicely. The reason why we weren't able to completely film the whole entire process was just over across the lake right there, that house. They were having a family get-together with a lot of music. From what I understand, I think it was a baby shower that was going on. That's exactly what it was. It was so cool because they even brought a helicopter to give let them know what gender reveal it was. So that was really cool, but nevertheless, my apologies, I wasn't able to record the whole entire process. It did get very, very late. I stayed till 12 a.m. doing all this. We put up a drop light. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the last week of the year that we're going to be working, and we'll see you back in 2021 with many more videos to come.